Welcome back to Independent Chick. I'm Dana Foster, and now we are talking with an internet expert. We've got questions for him to figure out what is the internet all about and how can you use it to your best advantage. So today I'm joined with Joseph Rancet. Did I say that?
Yes, wonderful.
Cool, awesome. So what is it that you do?
Well, in short, I run a digital marketing agency, and I also teach marketing and PR at the University of Winnipeg. And I do a fair bit of public speaking and writing on the topic of how do we use technology for the greater good, really.
Now, you're big on the internet.
I'm big in Japan.
I understand that you were named the top bachelor on Twitter, like one of the top.
I was.
How did that
funny
happen?
enough, I was featured in an article, not the top, but among the top. How did that happen?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea how that happened, but it was quite humorous when it did happen because I saw an influx of followers and they were all pretty girls, and it made me feel like I was more special than I really am.
So was it just by chance that you were able to to make it big on the internet, or was this actually planned and you figured out, is there
I wouldn't say that it was planned.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that it was by chance either.
I'm trying to figure out, is there a formula to be?
There absolutely is a formula, and this is often what I speak about and what I teach about is this formula. But for me, how it happened was, long story short, I got really excited about an idea, and that idea was this: is that technology, the internet, has the ability to bring together people that otherwise would have remained apart. Yeah. And I experienced that firsthand when years ago in 2009, I did a little experiment called the Social Media Adventure. And what I did is I jumped in my shiny little yellow sports car and I drove all over Canada and the US, going from city to city, meeting in person the people that I previously had only met through social media.
Oh, that's cool.
Trying to demonstrate this power that social media has to form genuine, authentic, in-person relationships. Yeah. But the neat thing that came out of that experiment is that one night while I was driving, I was getting really tired, and I did something that I don't do now, and I don't suggest that anyone do, but I sent a tweet out while I was driving, and I said, I'm getting really tired. Someone please send me a text message to help keep me awake. And I included my mobile phone number in that tweet. And this was 5 years ago. And the most interesting thing happened because immediately after that, text messages started coming in. They started coming in from Florida and from Canada.
That's wild.
And from Mexico City and from the UK and from Asia, literally from all over the world. I saw people sending me text messages, and some of them were funny, some of them were inspirational, just you can do it, keep going. Some of them were completely inappropriate, but the interesting thing was that it was people from all over the world coming together for an idea as silly as keeping some guy that they'd never met in person awake while on a road trip. And so I became obsessed with this idea of what else can we bring people together for, and understanding that we live in an unprecedented time, that the internet allows us the opportunity to spread powerful ideas and to bring people together for worthwhile causes.
So how do you figure out what people are interested in? Again, is it another funneling, figuring out what people want to talk about? I for myself find with when I'm tweeting or I'm on Facebook stuff or even this show, the ones that are most popular are relationship ones, or man-women type of war kind of topics. Those seem to be being, or movies.
I think really the underlying principle, and this is the same in marketing as it is in dating or making friends. It's about understanding what are people interested in. And when you connect with someone, the most interesting person isn't the person who has the great stories and let me tell you all about me. It's the person that's interested in you, the person that asks questions, that listens, that shows an interest. And I think if we're going to be successful in, you asked about a blueprint, if we want to replicate those types of things for ourselves, the very first place that we need to start is listening. When we get on social media, it's not just about sending tweets out. It's about listening and saying, what are people interested in? It's about asking questions. It's about seeing, what do people want to talk about? What is it that's gathering people's attention right now? And how do we find something that meets those needs that people have?
It seems to me that social media has become very ego-based and all about me. So what you're saying is actually the opposite. don't make it about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's very easy to see how social media now feeds into the narcissist in all of us.
Yeah.
You know, and that can be nice, you know, at times to get that inflated sense of self-importance. But the reality is it's all superficial, in that we have to come back down and realize that if the system goes down, if we have no more internet, how do we find our own own sense of self-importance and to be comfortable with who we are? And for me, I love what Blaise Pascal said years ago, that all men's miseries derive in not being able to sit in a quiet room alone. And the internet today gives us the opportunity to not have to face that reality of what do I do when I'm all alone and there's nothing else going on. I don't have to face myself, but I can drown myself out in all this noise that's out there. And for that reason, I think it's important that we connect to do worthwhile things, but we also disconnect. And so when I go home, I don't have television, I don't have the internet, you know, we don't have...
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I try and live off-grid. And I do that to stay sane, really to stay grounded.
All right. Joseph, it's been great chatting with you. I've learned so much. Things I never even would have thought about.
Thank you, Dana. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us here on Independent Chick. We'll be right back after this. We're going to be talking to a PR publicist. She'll be telling us what to post, what not to post. We'll be right back right after this.